Hey there, Mr. Sam here of Young Scholars Academy. In the last video that I shared with you, we looked at self-esteem and self-efficacy. And today we're going to be bringing in an X factor. So you might recall that self-esteem is generally the way that one regards oneself. And self-efficacy is one's belief in their ability to enact change. So self-esteem is the way that one looks at oneself. Self-efficacy is belief that one can make a difference in the world or in actions, in settings. Now, those are two key ingredients in helping students develop and feel happier socially and emotionally, right? Helping them feel good and generally make transformative change. I want you to imagine for a moment where your student is right now, and then I want you to imagine them immersed in a setting where their peers are supporting them because their peers are just like them, where they're feeling like they actually matter when they say that something is going on, or they have a question, or they make an observation, that they're validated, they're heard, and they're perhaps gaining popularity and esteem because of their comments. Now, that's absolutely key, but there's another key ingredient that I teased you with in the previous video, and that's the X factor. Now, twice exceptional and neurodivergent students no doubt need one another, but they also need expert educators. Having about a decade of experience in working with twice exceptional students and having gone to Bridges Graduate School and taught for most of that decade at Bridges Academy, I have extensive experience in this domain. And I have learned one key thing. It's that students need mentors. They need to look up and see that there are neurodivergent and twice exceptional leaders who are living success stories, who are flawed, who have struggles, but are just like them and are doing it. Okay? It's so important that these students see that they look side to side and they realize that they're immersed in their peers, and that they look up and they realize that there are expert mentors who not only teach, but care. And this is a key element, okay? I want to talk with you for a moment about the zone of proximal development. Now, this is a concept you may be familiar with. It's often called ZPD. Now, the idea of the ZPD is picture your student has this natural ability set or skill set or strengths, and in that sphere, they are strong, they can achieve. And then I want you to picture another ring around that, almost like the way we picture Saturn. And that ring is a band that they can extend to, that they can stretch to achieve with expert mentoring, with the right kind of guidance. And the idea is that they are here now, but they could be here. And we know that the key elements to doing that are having supportive peers and supportive mentors. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Again, having a decade of experience with twice exceptional learners, I know that twice exceptional students are often pretty critical of who they work with. But once they realize that the teacher, one, cares and gets them and is not fake, not full of BS, but real and really cares, and two, that the teacher actually knows what they're talking about and loves the content and the passion and is intelligent, that those two key ingredients come together and the student will trust them. Now, again, this is my observation from about a decade of experience with this population. I encourage you to ask your students today, hey, what do you think of your teachers? And see if they talk about them in these terms. Does the person care? Are they genuine? Are they real? And does the person actually know what they're talking about? When I hire educators and mentors for twice exceptional students at Young Scholars Academy, these are the two questions that I ask myself and that I constantly reflect on with my own personal education. So I would like to encourage you to please imagine your child immersed in a setting where they're surrounded by peers that are just like them, growing their self-esteem, growing their self-efficacy, and then having expert educators who serve as mentors who are also neurodivergent and twice exceptional, and allow your student to realize, wow, I can be like that person. There are success stories. There are people that are really doing this and really care and are just like me, but grown up. And then I want you to imagine those educators helping them with their zone of proximal development. I want you to imagine them helping them grow and make these different strides. So if all of this sounds good to you, please head on over to youngscholarsacademy.org. We are in the middle of our course launch and there are only a few days away. If you would like to encourage your student or sign your student up for a setting like this, and you can already picture them thriving, growing their esteem and growing their self-efficacy, then please head on over and check out our launch. And by the way, seats are filling up. There are only so many because our classes are small, because we know that's important. So I've got more videos coming at you, and I've got another really important factor that I want to talk about in the next one. So I look forward to seeing you then. And remember, keep thriving.